And we are live.
Okay, let's call the meeting to order, and if the clerk can do roll call, please.
Certainly. Member Hickey? I know Member Hickey's going to be trying to join through his his phone, so we get back to Member Hickey. Vice Chair McCandless?
Here.
Member Rissig?
Here.
Member Tackett?
Here.
Chair Morris?
Here.
And Member Silva?
Here.
And we have a quorum.
Great, thank you. I'll go ahead, let's do a Pledge of Allegiance, and I will go ahead and start. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, great. If we could have introductions from anybody that's not on the board. So,
Al, don't we have to have the disclaimer read first?
Oh, okay. If we could have the clerk go ahead and read that information for me, please.
Certainly. This meeting is live streamed and temporarily closed to in-person public participation. The clerk's office is in the process of hosting hybrid public meetings that will provide board members and members of the public with the option to participate in the meeting either in person or remotely. Thank you for your patience and support. To make a verbal comment at today's meeting, dial 916-875-2501 and follow the prompts. When the chair opens public comment for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter, callers will be contacted by phone and transferred into the meeting to make their public comment. Written comments are always accepted. Send your email comment to boardclerk@saccounty.net, and your comment will be routed to the board and filed in their record. And that's it for the announcement.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. Okay, now introductions from staff.
Hi, this is Rochelle Rolanta. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, Rochelle. This is Alma Munoz. I'm the assistant clerk of the board.
Hi, this is Rochelle Rolanca, clerk of the board.
Hi, this is Joe Tierney, planner with Planning and Environmental Review.
Okay. That's all from county, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. How many members of the audience do we have right now?
It currently looks like we do not have any present members at the moment. We do have looks like the applicants online.
Okay. I guess if I could get the clerk to read item number 1. I just had eye surgery earlier today, so I'm having a hard time reading the screen. But
Okay,
if you could do item number 1.
Certainly. So item 1, there's going to be a request to move the item to probably sometime after March. And so we're going to be a request to drop the item. So we're going to ask the members to make a motion and a second, and we can go ahead and vote on dropping the item. So
Rochelle, this is Alma from the clerk's office. You still have to read the item in the record.
Yes, I'm about to do that. So the item is PLMP 2021-00129, 7446 8th Street parcel map. located at 7446 and 7510 A Street on the southeast corner of A Street and U Streets in the Rio Linda, Alberta community. The request is for a tentative parcel map and design review. So do we have a first and a second to move this item to be dropped and rescheduled for sometime after March?
Yes,
I make
this
the
is,
motion
okay.
That-
Who was
that
that?
we move it. That's Member Tackett. I make the motion that we adjourn this item until March.
Okay, Chair Morris seconds the item. Any discussion by anyone?
This is Member McCandless. Can we know why it's being pushed out? Just out of curiosity.
Hi, this is Gemma Tierney, and I was going to present on this item, but they're actually changing the design of the tentative parcel map, so it'll be different than the one that was distributed to you. It'll still be 4 parcels, but the layout is changing, so we wanted to allow you guys to see that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then call for a vote. All those in favor of the motion? Say aye.
Chair Morris,
Sorry. Let's
I
do a roll call.
certainly. Member Hickey,
Yes. Do you hear me?
Vice Chair McCandless,
Yes.
Member Rissig,
Yes.
Member Tackett,
Yes.
Chair Morris, Chair Morris, Member Silva.
Yes.
Okay, and motion carries with a first from Member Tackett and a second by Chair Morris to drop the item and reschedule it for sometime after March. I can go ahead and read in the next item. Item 2 is PLMP 2020-00195, 6840 2nd Street parcel map. It's located at 6840 2nd Street, approximately 300 feet north of M Street in the Rio Linda, Alberta community. The request is for a tentative parcel map, special development permit, and design review.
Thank you, Rochelle. So again, my name is Gemma Tierney, and I'm the lead planner for this project. I'm a planner with Sacramento County Planning and Environmental Review. Next slide, please. So some basic information about this project site. It's located on the west side of 2nd Street, feet north of M Street. This approximately 9.99 acre parcel is currently developed in several, such as a barn, garage, and pump house, as you can see in this aerial image. Next slide, please. The parcel zoning designation is AR2, or agricultural residential, 2 acres. And you can see on the zoning map that the area to the north and west and then immediately to the south are also AR2. And then to the east across 2nd Street is an area zoned RD5. And the existing land uses on surrounding parcels is single family residential. Next slide, please. This is a map that categorizes the project site and then the surrounding parcels within 500 feet of the project site into a series of size ranges. So the ranges are listed in feet. And you can see that the existing parcel is the largest one within 500 feet. And there are 23 parcels within this 500-foot radius that fall into the same size range as the parcel sizes that are proposed as part of this parcel map. Next slide, please. So some site history. Our county parcel viewer lists 1920 as the year built for the primary dwelling unit. And this site used to be an olive grove. And then in terms of entitlement history, there was a tentative parcel map approved for this site in 2007 and expired before the final map was filed. And that map proposed to divide the site into 4 parcels total. So different from the current one that proposes 4 parcels and a remainder parcel. Next slide, please. So this slide lists the requested entitlements. They are a tentative parcel map to divide the parcel into 4 parcels and a remainder parcel, a special development permit to allow one of the proposed parcels to be less than the AR2 zone's minimum lot size of 2 gross acres. So it's proposed at 1.99. And then a design review to determine compliance with Sacramento County's countywide design guidelines. And no development is proposed as part of this entitlement package. Next slide, please. So here is the tentative parcel map. All existing structures except for the pump house would be on the proposed remainder parcel in the southeast corner. And a 40-foot wide access easement ending in a cul-de-sac is proposed to connect the rear 3 parcels to 2nd Street. So you can see that sort of in the center of the drawing. Next slide, please. So for this slide, I have some additional information beyond what's shown, just based on a recent comment agency condition letter we got. So just to go over the slide, as you can see, an initial study and negative declaration were prepared for that 4-lot tentative map that was approved in 2007. So this time around, the environmental review would likely just be an addendum to that prior initial study and negative declaration. However, the applicant and I learned yesterday a sewer line that they're permitted to hook into and was previously indicated by SASD, Sacramento Area Sewer District. So the applicant is now proposing septic instead of public sewer to serve the parcels if they're developed in the future. And so the environmental analyst is currently determining if this will change the level of environmental review. And so, as you're probably aware, it would bring the project out of compliance with one of the Rio Linda Alberta community plans policies requiring agricultural residential parcels with septic to be a minimum of 2 acres, because there is that one parcel that's about 1.99 acres. So that's something that would need to be considered by the environmental analyst in making their decision about the level of review. There is still a chance that through some assessment by Sacramento Area Sewer District that the site could hook into a closer sewer line, but with the information we have at the moment, that would not be possible. So the applicant is proposing septic, and just to also note the parcels are, sorry?
I'm at your phone. Huh? Go ahead.
I'm not sure, maybe somebody just unmuted. So yeah, I'll just also add the parcels are able to connect to public water. And then a final note about the environmental review. The applicant provided an arborist report, and so that is something our environmental analyst is looking at to prepare the addendum. Next slide, please. So this slide lists the approximate sizes of each of the proposed parcels. And as was mentioned, you can see parcel 3 would be under 2 gross acres. And then, as I mentioned, no development is proposed as part of this entitlement package. Next slide, please. So that concludes my presentation. Here's the tentative parcel map design shown again. I can take questions. The engineer for the applicant team is also on the line. Thank you.
This is Tanya Silva. I have a question regarding the entrance to the parcels 2, 3, and 4. So is it proposed that the cul-de-sac would run to 2nd Street and that would be the only access road, or would those parcels exit onto whatever the street is? Is that or to the rear of the property? Is that a street, or is that into somebody else's land right there?
Yeah, that's not a street to the rear, so their access to back to the public grid would be this proposed access easement with the cul-de-sac.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have one question, and I know you mentioned this, but you were kind of breaking up at the same time. You did say that they would have access to city water. It's just the septic that's in.
Correct.
We're not
yeah.
quite sure about. Okay.
Yep.
Hi, this is Kent Baker. Can I say something now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So there is an existing sewer line in 2nd Street. And so yesterday we found out that they have some type of master sewer plan out there. And this property was supposed to sewer to the street that's, a half a mile away to the west, and then take the sewer all the way down to Elkhorn Boulevard instead of hooking up to the sewer line in 2nd Street. So when they sent me that little message yesterday, I called and I said, well, why don't we see if we can just do a shed shift in their sewer study so we can still hook up to public sewer. So our preference would be able to hook up to the public sewer on 2nd Street, but we need the option, especially since we've been in for a while and have done a lot of studies, and this is a last minute request from the sewer district, and only one of the parcels is about I think it's like 600 square feet short of the 2 acres. So it's as close. It's not quite 2 acres, but it's essentially 2 acres at 1.99. And so today at the PRC meeting, I asked the person from environmental health, and we're going to have a discussion and make sure that these parcels will be allowed to do septic system. Project was approved by the same order, and the economy went away, and he just never completed the map. It's still the same owner who's proposing the split.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions from the CPAC members? Comments?
This is Member McCandless. I do have a comment. I noticed that it says every parcel is about 2 acres and one's at 1.99. At a previous CPAC meeting not too long ago, we had voted to deny a similar parcel split, excuse me. But I'm inclined to lean towards agreeing here only because it's such a very minimal difference. It's hard to not see. I don't know. I guess it's really close, and I don't know what else to say about that, but I guess I want to make sure that we really are talking about 2 acre parcels and not 1.85 gross acres or 1.89 or whatever it is, because we got down to very fine decimal points with the last parcel split that we took into consideration.
The
Does
difference
that make sense?
is about a half a foot on one leg of the parcel to make it 2 acres.
And it's just that one parcel?
Yes, the other parcels are 2 acres. In fact, we went out and surveyed it, in hopes of getting it to the 10-acre parcel, which was original subdivisions this was a part of, was supposed to be a 10-acre parcel, but it's not quite 10 acres.
Okay, it's just the verbiage in the agenda that triggers that a little bit. You know what I mean? It says about to.
No,
Thank you.
Four parcels are 2 acres, and the one is a 1.99 acres.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions or comments by CPAC members? None? Okay, would anybody like to make a motion?
This is Member
Chris, did you want?
McCandless. I'll make a motion. Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda item as presented.
Okay, and Chair Morris will second that motion.
Okay, I'll go ahead and call the roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead and call the roll call. Member Hickey. Vice Chair McCandless.
Yes.
Member Reesig.
Yes.
Member Tackett.
Yes.
Chair Morris.
Yes.
Member Silva.
Yes.
And motion passes with Vice Chair McCandless with the first and the second by Chair Morris.
Hey, thank you and good luck with your project.
Thank you. Everybody have a nice evening.
Stay safe.
I can go ahead and call in item 3 for the record. Item 3 is staff update.
This is Alma from the clerk's office. I just wanted to announce there were no public comments for either items 1 or 2. Gemma, do you have a staff update?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we don't have any public comments on item number 3 either.
Okay, council member comments. I guess maybe do a roll call and see if anybody has any comments.
Certainly, I could go ahead and, would you like me to read each member's name?
Yes, please.
Sure. Member Hickey?
Hear me. You don't hear me. You hear me?
I
Yes,
can hear you.
we can hear you.
You hear me now?
Yes, yes, Member Hickey, we could hear you. You could go ahead
Okay.
and speak.
Okay, well, it's too late because I would have voted no because that's a whole new subdivision in the agricultural area. But that's okay. It's too late now. I wasn't unmuted before, so I couldn't talk.
Member Hickey, it is not too late. If you want to change your vote, we can take your vote as no.
Take my vote as no because going into a parcel split like that, you're talking about a cul-de-sac with 10 houses basically, under the new program, and that puts it into subdivision similar to across the street. And I don't think that's what the neighborhood wants west of 2nd Street. I think they want to remain agricultural, keep it agricultural.
Rochelle, would you please record Member Hickey's vote as a no on item 2?
Yes, I will certainly do that, Member Hickey.
And then what's the vote then, Rochelle?
So we have a no 1 from Member Hickey, and then 5 Yes, from the rest
Thank,
of the members.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. And Member Hickey, do you have any else to add, or can I go ahead and call the next member if they have public comments?
Well, the next member, I just wish I could have got unmuted before so I could have made some comments earlier in the project, but that's okay. I tried a dozen times to get unmuted and it never happened until just a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay, yep. Thank you for letting us know, and hopefully by the next meeting we can have your audio working more smoothly.
I tried to get in on the Blue Jeans, but it says the event presenter is not currently supported. I'm not sure what that means, but I've tried a dozen times. It wouldn't let me in.
Okay. Yeah, we could perhaps look at it more closely after the meeting and see how we could troubleshoot. And I could go ahead and call you sometime this week, and so we could work it out, the technology audio piece.
Yeah, I even attempted to use my wife's phone to call in on the 875 number, but then that would go to recording and nobody would have got my comments till tomorrow anyway, so it wouldn't have made any difference.
I'm actually watching that box myself. We have somebody always assigned to watch that box. So if somebody calls and leaves a message, I would have gotten that message. Member Hickey, I'm going to send a message to our Department of Technology team because Member McCandless also said she had a problem. So I'm going to try and find out if maybe Blue Jeans had a problem tonight and that was the issue. So you weren't the only one. And I want to make sure that we find out if there was any application-wide issues.
They wouldn't let me in last time either. And this one, like I said, it says is event presenter not currently supported. That was the message I got back about a dozen times. That's something to work on, I guess.
Yes, we could definitely let the tech support know, and hopefully they could be able to look further into that and assist you with your audio. And we can go ahead and
now the county is opening up. Now the county is opening up. Maybe next time we just sit down face to face and not have to do this stupid stuff.
We're working on that, Member Hickey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We really are. We're working on it. We know that we are moving in that direction. So we'll hopefully in April sometime we'll be meeting in person.
I hope so.
Okay, I could go ahead and call in the next member. Vice Chair McCandless, for any comment you may have?
Yes. I have a couple. One, to speak to what Roy just mentioned, the event presenter not supported is the message I kept getting as well. Through the app and through my browser, it would not let me in. That was the message it kept giving me. And also to speak to the project, Roy, I understand the sentiment completely about keeping it agricultural. I don't want to see that parcel get split up because it is a pretty parcel, but it's zoned Ag Res 2, and therefore I feel compelled to vote to approve something that's allowable within the zoning. Personal preference aside, anyways, to speak to the murder mystery crab feed coming up, that is officially sold out. Woohoo. And also, all you community people, stay tuned for something really big and awesome that's new for the country fair. And I can't wait to be able to start marketing it out and getting people pumped up and excited for it. So that's it.
Thank you, Vice Chair McCandless. Go ahead and read in the next member, Member Rissig, for any comments.
I have no comments tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Rissig. Member Tackett.
It looks as though 4-H is going to have a more normal show season and fair season this year. So come out and support your local ag kids. as they go to county fair.
Everybody buy a turkey.
Thank you, Member Tackett. Next, we have Chair Morris.
Yes, on the Blue Jean thing, when we went to vote on the first item, it cut out on me also, and it took me a while to get back in. Anyway, we had a Dry Creek Parkway meeting a couple of weeks ago, and in that, I asked to put on our next agenda for the Dry Creek Parkway that in honor of Bob Bastian, that the northern trail that runs through the historical ranch on Dry Creek be renamed to the Bob Bastian Trail. And that's going to be on our agenda for Dry Creek Parkway. And then after that, it will go to county parks and then to the county supervisors for approval. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you, Chair Morris. And Member Silva.
Nothing pertinent, but I will agree with Member Tackett's proposal to support 4-H. My kids were building the turkey structure on Sunday, so hard work. They were out there for half the afternoon, so but nothing further.
Thank you, Member Silva. I could go ahead and read in the next item, which is item 5, public comments, and we currently do not have any verbal or written comments at the moment.
Okay, then call for adjournment at 7:35. That sound about right?
Yes, I have 7:35 as well. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, and have a good President's Day coming up.
Woohoo, short and sweet CPAC meeting. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Stay safe.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.